Been vegan for 19 years. I went vegan in 2001. Decided I was going to get my energy from plants. Never look back. The biggest mistake I see people making in last 19 years is the fear of carbohydrates. This gets me. This is the hardest thing about being vegan, is seeing people spread idiotic. And I used to be one of those people back in the day. Sugar's not so good. And then someone said to me, Harley, sugar's not good, but you're eating fruit. That's sucrose. And what's from the cane, the sugar or the beet, is sucrose. And you're eating sucrose. So sucrose is bad, then all your little sucrose from your fruits, how is that good? And I'm like, oh, but it's a whole food though. It's got fiber. And someone said to me, wow, so if you add, so sugar's a poison, and it miraculously becomes healthy when you add fiber to it? How does that work? So if you're smoking a cigarette, and you put a bit of fiber in the filter, that's all of a sudden so okay, it's got carbon monoxide, but it's got fiber as well. It's like the body doesn't need carbon monoxide. The cells don't run on carbon monoxide. The cells run on sugar. Right? Fructose and glucose is what we use for our body. But fruit's different. No, the sucrose in fruit is exactly the same as the sucrose in your table sugar. Sucrose is sucrose. But it has all the fiber on it. Okay then, if that's your argument, then what's wrong with putting fruit, sprinkling sugar on your fruit? Or having fruit on top of your sugar? Oh, we can't do that. Dr. Greger said that. It's like Dr. Greger, the multi-millionaire, who still asks for donations for charity, and charity isn't his name. These people who don't question Greger don't question the whole sugar, fruit, or whatever. You know, it's just like, come on, people. All right? Like, if you're going to give dollars to a multi-millionaire for a charity in his name, non-profit charity that's made him a multi-millionaire, which is fine, but not on a charity, bro. If you're making multi-millions off a charity or a non-profit. Anyway, it's that just riles me up that people are so gullible and they're eating fruit, peeling back the fruit. Oh, fruit's okay, but I want to eat sugar. Someone down below, tell me the difference between sucrose from fruit and sucrose from cane. There's no difference. All right? If you get 300 grams of sugars a day, it doesn't matter where they come from. Okay? Sugar is sugar. Now, if you get 300 grams of sugar from Mars bars or ice cream, then you get all this fat. But that sugar's still the same. But it comes with all the fat and the dairy. All right? So if your goal is weight loss, having the dairy ain't the best thing for you. And all the hormone, all the associated negatives with that. So you're still getting 300 grams of sugar, right? From your ice cream, your dairy ice cream and donuts, Dunkin' Donuts. But you get all the whey protein and the all the other stuff with that. But if you're having 300 grams of just pure sugar, you get nothing with that. If you have 300 grams of sugar from fruit, then you get all the goodness of the fruits. But you're still getting those 300 grams, 300 grams, 300 grams. But this one's going to have 300 or 400 grams of fat at the end of the week on top of that. So over the months you gain all the fat. You've got the fruit, virtually zero fat. And you've got the sugar, which is zero fat. So which one's going to make you fattest? If you're eating 300 grams from each per day. Obviously you wouldn't just be able to survive on just sugar because you need vitamin C. So you're having fruit is a win. Adding sugar to the fruit ensures that if you buy some fruit that's like, oh my God, this tastes like Vaseline, then you have that sugar to it. So you still get some nutrition with it, but you're getting your sugar, getting your calories in so you can actually thrive. Versus being one of those anemic Facebook vegans. Look at all my blood tests. Perfectamundo. Perfect blood tests. 19 years vegan. Yeah? Rarely take anything, supplement-wise or whatever. Very, very rarely. I don't take B12. I don't take iron. I don't need to. Okay? If you do, then take it. I used to take B12, but I've stopped. Because I'm like, well, my body doesn't need it anymore. Got enough reserves. So it's hilarious. But when I was eating meat, I was taking B12 every single day. I was taking a multivitamin with my steak afterwards before I went to bed. This is just the fallacies out there. And what's taught me with age and experience and coaching thousands of people is that sugar phobia is the number one mistake you can make out there. Whole foods, plant-based. I used to promote like that, man. It's bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. If you think you're going to be an alpha as fuck on whole foods plant-based, but such and such he's like really muscular. He's on steroids, man. He's jabbing steroids into his arms every few days. And that's fine, right? But lying about it and saying, oh, no, I'm natural. By my coaching, you can look like me. It's like, come on, dude, get it. Like, open your eyes. There's people on heaps, shit tons of steroids, and they're smashing refined sugars to get more of a glycogen pump in the muscles. You can't get your muscles full, even with steroids, unless you have some sugars in there. Get that pump going, man. Right? So you need your processed foods. Right? Steroids are optional. But if you look like those people, then you need steroids, okay? This is part of the deal. Your doctor can hook you up with that. But just people think, don't be so naive. High fructose corn syrup, GMO. We don't like that. We know that's a science experiment, the GMO thing. But let's say we've got organic high fructose corn syrup. What's that? It's the same as table sugar, essentially. Sucrose and glucose. No one got fat from that. I've done the studies. I've done the experiments guzzling high fructose corn syrup in Thailand for the last 15 years. Guzzling it in there. Been going to Thailand for 15 years. Started the fructose corn syrup 2011. Okay? That stuff gets you lean. That skins you out, man. Look at me in Thailand versus Australia. High fructose corn syrup sucks you up. Why is that? Because you just train like a devil on that stuff. Oh, you're doing the exercise. The sugar lets you do the exercise, and the exercise on the sugar just ramps up your thyroid metabolism. You just suck right in. Look at my videos on in Thailand. Sucked up. You know? The Natasha said tonight, being an athlete doesn't let you use sugar. Using sugar lets you be an athlete. Do you want to be an athlete in the bed? Athlete at work, athlete with the kids, athlete with people in your life, athlete in your fitness. Or do you want to be undercarbed husband, wife, kids, whatever, bad at work, unproductive, then you're running on caffeine and prescription meds or whatever just to function at a basic level because you're fearing sugar, fearing carbohydrate. It's your choice. My experiment to people is please do this one experiment. Go to supermarkets. It's a $2 experiment. Get 2 kilos of sugar for $2. Okay, it might cost you $3. If you can't afford it, I'll give you $1. Get this 2 kilos bags of sugar. Measure it out. That's 300 grams a day. And have that over a week. Put it on your cereal. Put it in water. Put it on your fruits. You know, put it in rice. And soy milk is a great little dish there. Have a big bowl. Put the 100 grams of sugar in there. As your dinner or lunch or whatever. Your breakfast maybe if you're into rice and breakfast. I like fruit. But put your sugar on your fruit. Do that 300 grams a day, every day for that 7 days. And watch what happens to your mood. Watch what happens to your outlook on life. Watch what happens to your sleep quality. You know, watch what happens to your desire for stimulants. Be like, I have a coffee. Yeah, not really. Put it down. You know, or you will have, maybe you just have one, you will have 10 coffees that day. Try it out. The $2 experiment to transform your life. $2. And then you'll know, the sugar thing. What is the deal about that? It's called muscle glycogen. Muscle glycogen gives you glow. It makes your muscles more fuller, more tight and toned. Right? Peaches is muscle glycogen. Right? Otherwise, you're just flat, which is, hey, that's fine. Just saying, if you want more pump in life, sugar just gives you the pump relative to yourself, man. And apart from the physical stuff, we're going to go mental. You're going to feel like just more chill, more relaxed. You have less cortisol. Right? Less sugar you have, cortisol goes up. More sugar you have, cortisol goes down. Stable. Right? Flight or fight response. You know, when you don't have much muscle glycogen, you get a spike of cortisol, brings up your adrenaline. You just like, you know, calm down. Calm down. We've got a lot of crazy people going in society right now. Things are going crazy. The sugar is going to help you just calm down, wind down. It's going to help you have passion when you need it and be calm when you need it, okay? Go hard. Be a man and then be a gentleman, right? Gentleman. Gentle when it matters. Man when it matters. Same with being a woman, all right? Time to get passionate. Time to be nice, okay? Simple as that. Sugar, man, it improves the quality of life bar none. I did a recently, just to wrap up the video, I did a Mawson Trail recently. We cycled up the Mawson Trail. People are like, there you go, you do exercise. No, my sugar lets me have adventure. I don't do adventure to have sugar. Sugar is my currency, metabolic currency, so I can do things. Anyway, so I'm doing this adventure, Mawson Trail, having the smash and the sugar in. It's just like, wow, you know, I haven't done much training this year. I've had a few injuries from accidents, etc. And so my fitness is very, very low, but I'm still Tour de France lean. And I'm doing this bike ride just like that. Just out of the blue, just boom, let's do it. No coffee. I had a little Coca-Cola on the last day just to do a bit of extra split at night time. It's nice and cold. But otherwise, no caffeine the whole time. No Ritalin, no nothing. The whole trip on the way up. So, you know, and just having all that sugar every day. Sleeping soundly, waking up fresh, ready to get it done. My body was loving the exercise. My lungs felt so clean and pure. Right? And then when I had that caffeine, the Coca-Cola, on the way back, it was like about 6 o'clock at night, and I had to ride another 110 Ks, and it was about 3 degrees Celsius, very cold. So I had a bit of caffeine, and I had my sugars with it, and I was like, G'd up, flying. I was screaming, I was singing, and all I had was a Coca-Cola. And people were like snorting, railing cocaine, paying $300 a gram because their adrenals are so cooked that a little bit of Coca-Cola won't give them that full-on pump. If you need more than a Coca-Cola, your adrenals are getting boom fisted, all right? So I'm just saying. Now maybe you go to Colombia for a holiday one time and you want to try it. Okay, that's different. But if you're using stimulants like hard stuff every day, you need to stop and give your adrenals a rest. All right? Your adrenals are cooked. Cooked. I know a guy, this critic of mine does meth. He's all haggard and ice looking. He's all freaking out. He's crazy. He does meth and ice because he's calorie restricted. He's got no energy. So he uses ice to get some charisma and energy. You know, he writes blogs about me like 20,000 words long. He turns on meth. This person don't have enough carbohydrate. Right? So if you're using drugs, you know, understand why do you use them and what's the consequence of them. They make you look haggard, man. All right? There's a time and place for them, but sugar's better. Sugar's what your body needs. People are, sugar's a drug. Sugar's a drug. Sugar's a nutrient. Cocaine's a drug. Meth, ice, caffeine, they're drugs. They're central nervous stimulants. Sugar is a nutrient that fuels every cell in the body. Sugar's a drug. What? So if I walk down the street with a kilo of sugar, walk up to a police officer and say, cuff me. I've got drugs in my hand. They're going, yeah. If I walk up with a kilo of any other drug, even a kilo of caffeine powder, hang on. What are you doing with a kilo of caffeine? Is that even legal? Sarge, is that legal? So just use your brain, people. All right? Use our brains. And what does our brain run on? Sugar. Go figure. What does the immune system run on? Sugar. Every cell in the body runs on sugar. Good or bad, they all run on sugar.